Don't stop talking about Palestine. Seriously, don't stop talking about Palestine. Yes, the bombs have stopped dropping in Gaza, but that doesn't mean that Palestinians aren't suffering anymore. The home thefts in Sheikh Jarrah are still happening. The arbitrary arrest and torture of Palestinians, including children as young as 10, hasn't ended. Israel still denies Palestinians access to basic human rights like water and electricity. Palestinians are still living under one of the longest ongoing military occupations in history. This two-tiered legal system has often been compared to apartheid, and rightfully so. In 2008, a group of South African anti-apartheid activists traveled to Palestine to see the conditions for themselves. They described the conditions as worse than South African apartheid. One of the visitors said, "When you observe from afar, you know that things are bad, but you don't know how bad. The level of the apartheid, the racism, and the brutality are worse than the worst period of apartheid." It was global solidarity that defeated South African apartheid, and we can use the same tactics to defeat Israeli apartheid. Here's how. First, don't stop talking about Palestine. Be that person in your friend group or your workplace that's the expert on Palestine. Explain the issue to people who don't understand. The occupation thrives off of ignorance. Second, boycott Israel. There are a number of big companies who operate in Israeli territory, which boosts the regime's economy and allows them to invest more money into bullets, tear gas, and prisons. And finally, join an organization. No matter how much boycotting, protesting, and educating you do, if you do it as an individual, you'll be much less effective than if you're working with a group. It's going to take sustained commitment and continuous work on our parts to achieve total liberation of Palestinian lands. Look into local organizations organizing protests for Palestine, and if there isn't one, start one. As people living in the United States, every time we pay taxes, we're paying into the nearly $4 billion in unconditional military aid that the US gives to Israel every year. Are you okay with this? People in this country don't have jobs, healthcare, they're drowning in debt. Yet the warmongers in our government who say that we don't have enough money for universal healthcare want to fund this. If that makes you uncomfortable, join the movement, fight for Palestine.